Oh, this is funny, by the way. I tweeted at one point yesterday, oh, great, now he'll never come on the show with me again, because Rush Limbaugh gave you a shout-out yesterday, I guess. So,
yeah, I do the show prep for Rush, so he's the show prep for everyone else, he says. So
is that it?
Yeah.
But thank you for stooping down and doing the show with us today.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw you a little bit there.
But we talked yesterday about your piece on Michelle Obama, where, of course, she was at the Whitney Museum, the opening of this, which, by the way, if you think about it, it's very close to white, Whitney, the Whitney Museum. And she said, she basically, as you put it, she lectured them about diversity at this museum, which was kind of silly.
Yeah, and it's just, that's the thing. She always seems to find an opportunity to complain and gripe, despite being in the top 0.001% of people on Earth. She always needs to portray herself as a victim. And she just complained that as they were dedicating this beautiful new museum, the Whitney Museum, they were dedicating it, and she said, well, I'm sure there's kids right around this neighborhood that would never in a million years dream they would be welcome in this museum. And growing up in Chicago, I was one of those kids myself. And I look at her history. She did not grow up on the wrong side of the track. She had a perfectly middle-class upbringing, just like I did. She lived in Chicago near these just amazing museums, and I've been to these museums many times. And people in the press, it's weird. They just accept what she says at face value, like she's some oppressed person. She had a fully functional family. She went to one of the best high schools in Illinois. She was a very successful student, got into Princeton, got into Harvard. And to complain that I wasn't welcome at a museum is ridiculous, because I've been to pretty much every museum in Chicago, and it is nothing but mobs of kids from every school, from every neighborhood in Chicago, from every suburb around it, kids from Wisconsin and Indiana. Everyone is there constantly. And so I'm sure she went to every one of those museums many, many times, and she did not feel unwelcome unless, she's just going for the sympathy play. She wanted to play the victim instead of congratulating these people on a great new museum. She had to lecture about what a victim she feels like. Wow. And enough already.
Yeah. I love that you pointed out in your piece at ricochet.com that the WNYC, which of course is a public radio station, identified that the vast majority of American museums are white spaces. White spaces.
Yeah, and they said that museum, just the fact that it is a museum, it is inherently unwelcoming to any kind of minorities. I'm like, what museums are you people going to? I've never seen that, and especially, too, usually when I go to a museum or a zoo or even amusement parks now, I'm made to feel guilty that I'm a white male. That's kind of seems to be the charter of all the museums now. Here's all the horrible things you did. It's like, I kind of want to have fun with my kids here. Anytime you go to a zoo, every plaque is about how the white man's killing all the animals and global warming and all this. I'm like, can I just look at the pandas jump up and down? That's all I want to see.
That's right.
Do you know how much money I pay to get in here? Don't lecture me.
Right. And by the way, the dinosaurs, that was the white dude's fault too.
Totally. SUVs.
We wiped them out. Well, now we're just using them, right?
Yeah.
It became oil. So it's, we're just trying to be
all a part of our plan.
Right. We're just trying to not let anything go to waste at this point. What I thought was really funny, because I watched the video of her making her speech, and we played some of the sound bites on this yesterday. What's amazing is that the Whitney Museum has a completely all-white logo. She's standing in front, behind an all-white podium and wearing a white dress. No wonder she didn't feel welcome. I mean, come on. Yeah.
Well, that dress was pretty hideous too.
Wow.
I doubt I'd welcome anyone wearing something that looks like my grandma's couch, kind of. I'm no fashion plate.
That's not good. Hey, I threw this at you before we came on the air, so I'll explain. Basically, there's a Colorado barbecue joint. It's called Rubbin' Butts Barbecue, Buttz, and Country Cafe in Milliken, Colorado. And the plan is, I guess is it next Friday? Oh, it's next Friday. They're holding White Appreciation Day. And on that day, all white people will get 10% off. Now, it's when I first saw this, I thought to myself, wow, this is some crazy right-winger, black-hating guy. Not the case. In fact, don't call him white. Don't call
me white. Don't call me white.
Because he's Latino. That's the amazing part. The guy that runs the restaurant, he says we have a whole month for Black History Month. We have a whole month for Hispanic Heritage Month, so we figured the least we could do is offer one day to appreciate white Americans with barbecue.
Yeah, and when I first heard this story, I thought the same thing, too. I'm like, great. Some guy in the Deep South is trying to start trouble. But, yeah, it seems like this guy just has a great sense of humor. And he's like, wait a minute. We give 10% off to all African Americans, 10% off to all Hispanic Americans. What the heck? This will be fun.
Right.
And I think he is in for a whirlwind of hate, though, because you can't logically disagree with what he's saying.
Yeah.
So
right.
They obviously, emotion will be charged. And you don't understand. But at least everybody's been alleging there's so much white privilege in this country, and now we know it's 10%. Yeah. That's what it is. I get 10% off pork butt, and that works for me.
No matter how I have to get it, I'll claim I'm from wherever if I get a barbecue discount.
Oh, yeah.
One user
Senior
wrote,
citizen 1 week, Asian American the next, whatever it takes.
That's right.
I'm cheap.
One user on Facebook wrote on their Facebook page, if you are going to be anything, even a loathsome racist, at the very least have the courage to own it. You are a humiliation to humankind. Another social media user wrote on Facebook, every day is White Appreciation Day. That's the point. There are inherited advantages to being white in our society. But I think they're all missing the point that he's Hispanic. He's I guess there are white Hispanics, I suppose. That's the deal there. But
that's basically a conservative Hispanic. Yeah. That's the thing you never hear with everybody bashing on the left, bashing Ted Cruz. It's like, why are you so hateful? Are you just not ready for a Hispanic president? And then they get mad because, but he's white. He's very white for a Hispanic.
Yeah. Let's get that guy, shall we?
Kill the white man.
Kill him until he's dead. I got to be honest with you. It's become a joke now when people get all miffed about race things, and that's really unfortunate because there is still real racism out there. There are still people that the wrong thing happens to them because they happen to be the wrong color at the wrong time. And what when people get all worked up over things like museums and barbecue joints, they take all the people that experience true racism and just kind of nobody wants to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, and one interesting thing too, I have a couple tween daughters, and they'll have their friends over, and it is every race, creed, culture, people from all these. Their parents are from other countries, just all sorts of different people. They say that's racist as a joke. They skin their knee. That's racist. It's a big joke among all the races of kids at our kids' school because it's just it's kind of like when people, the car doesn't start and they say, thanks, Obama. And that's kind of how many kids are treating it. And I think the people who are exploiting race to push those divisions are just turning themselves into a joke because they've just said that everything is race. And now kids of all races are using it as a punchline now, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah. More ahead with Jon Gabriel, editor at Ricochet.com as America continues on USA Radio Networks.